The following program was paid for by Southern American Media.
Fox 30 welcomes you to Meridian's favorite TV personalities and 3-time CMA nominees for Broadcast Personality of the Year. Welcome to Mornings with Scotty Ray and Debbie.
And good morning. I'm your friend Scotty Ray, along with Odie.
Man, here I was trying to catch my coffee.
Do you like being called Otis or Odie? You got a lot of names. Festus. What do we call you?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Just don't call me late for dinner because, you know, you can't keep a body like that right there by pushing away from
Have you looked at me lately? I ran into Jay from Jay's Taxidermy last week. He reached down and patted me on the stomach. He said, I see you doing pretty good, Scotty Ray.
That's right.
Yeah, baby.
Amy cooked last night again.
What'd she do?
She cooked some steak and some rice and some green beans and some...
I was really expected Odie to say, well, it was some tuna fish out of a can there, and you were trying to build her up, and we were fixing to bust her.
She hooked me up last night.
Wow. Y'all, if y'all want the honest truth, women are always going, how do I find a man? How do I keep him? We have found the secret.
That's it. You get in the kitchen and the man will find you.
Steaks, he will never leave you. Like, he'll lock onto your leg.
Oh,
you can't get rid of him.
We're not going to cook that for ourselves.
The older you get, the more important food becomes. I don't know if y'all have noticed it. And I think it's both sexes, men and women, because it is so good.
Well, now, women have to do it for comfort food because somehow or another we're a stress on them.
We're stressful. Now, let me warn folks on this because you've heard the rumors. I used to smoke for years, and I quit somewhere around 10 years ago. I quit. Now, what you don't, and I was skinny as a rail. Here's the thing. It took over a year before I actually got taste buds back. And then all of a sudden, any plate that's left in the kitchen, you want to take it and just lick it. Because you have these new taste buds that you absolutely had no idea that food tasted. I'm not lying, y'all. It's just like this hidden secret that you didn't know about.
I didn't eat vegetables for a long time. I would eat them because I had to.
Right.
But same with you. I quit smoking 10, 12 years ago.
Right.
And now I can sit down with just a plate of vegetables and some cornbread.
That's what I'm talking about. How some people have to have that cig in their hand. Now it's a fork that I can't get rid of.
And that's where this come from.
I'm telling you, 2 fat boys that are happy.
That's it.
Try it. It'd really make the world a better place.
It sure does.
We do hope your morning is going well and everything is treating you right. We got a special guest coming up in a few moments that we'll tell you all about. Meridian has so much to offer, and we're going to tell you about something big that is going on. First, though, we want to talk about how miracles happen every day. And we had that miracle this morning. Once again, God doesn't play when he wants to take care of something, does he, Odie?
Man, I tell you what, all you got to do is reach up, ask him to come and be with you, and he was right there. Got the phone call this morning. Daniel Mabry with the Meridian Public Safety, he was out there talking to the task force, keeping me informed while I was headed out there. Meridian Fire Department in full force, Police Department in full force. It didn't take long. Got the information, got out and found this child. Everything is great, and I tell you, that's a team coming together. We work as one family. And it just, the blessings that come down here, and of course we're always asking God to come in and intervene with us, because we can't do it without him. No matter how good we are, we can't do it without our Lord and Savior, and just glad that kid's back home.
Found on I-20 walking toward Newton County. Again, as we put that out earlier, we couldn't do it without y'all and the great law enforcement officials that we have that stepped it up that found this child.
That's right.
Anything can happen in the dark, and thank heavens nothing went wrong with that. Let's see here as we begin today. What went on yesterday? Oh, we need to talk about, first off, what's going to happen that's going to mess up your schedule. Let's pull this up, Odie. Yeah.
But you know, we are done. Back,
I don't believe you.
2022.
They
took this up. They voted on it, and they said this is how it's going to work, which is kind of crazy to me. We're going to fall of 2022. We're going to fall back.
Okay.
Spring of 2023, we're going to leap forward, which is what we got coming up Sunday.
All right.
And then we are done. We will no longer change our clocks twice a year. Where we're at Sunday morning when we wake up is where we're going to stay.
Isn't there some fine print, though, that says that's only going to happen if the federal government does that?
Already done it.
They did?
That's
you sure?
Our original one was we were waiting for. We passed it. We're waiting for the feds to say yes, and then March 15th, 2022, the U.S. Senate approved the bill to make daylight savings time permanent.
Okay, Odie said it.
So here
Y'all
we go.
write it down. It's going to happen.
That's right. We're going to get there.
Look, I've got a special guest that I want to bring in. First off, we were sitting here getting ready, and the door opened, and Sophie came to visit me, my big dog. She's right there in the back. And here's my special guest who has just gotten, yes, ma'am. This is
got a new haircut.
I don't know if y'all know this. We got her a few months back. She came to visit. This is Ellie.
Hey.
And she just went over to Tyson's and got her a brand new hairdo. And she is so, what are you doing, little girl? Oh, we love you too.
She's so soft and cuddly.
And here's let me see if this one.
Sophie, come on.
I know that y'all can see a nose poking up, but
Got to.
right here, and she's just, are you going to set up
She's
here?
like,
She's not.
There's the nose. You can see the nose.
But down here between us is my big puppy dog, and this is,
She's
yes,
wanting to know
Miss
why I won't pick her up and put her in my lap.
Sophie, what do you think?
It's a Friday morning, y'all.
It is. Ellie doesn't have any bows. I got to talk to Tyson about that. Supposed to come back. Don't you get a bow if you're a little girl when you come back from a haircut?
Supposed to.
Tyson.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
She's your friend now. She does really good if you hold her. But if you let go of her, because she's like a major lap dog, right there, she'll set the whole show. Odie's going to be holding somebody.
No problem, no nothing. Here she is.
Yeah. So,
just enjoying life.
And again, let me say this. If you're watching us and you're at home and you don't have a lot of company and you want a best friend in the world, right there. This is the best friend that you'll ever have. They look up to you. They follow you everywhere you go. And you know what they want in return?
Food.
And love. Seriously, that's all it takes. As a little hug, and they will be with you forever.
And no matter what you tell them,
right.
They're not going to tell a single person.
No.
Nope. And
well,
they won't listen to you. Now, baked beans, that recipe, that's a whole different story.
Apparently, you've never heard the story of the dog that went to Mississippi State, have you?
No, I missed that one.
Well, you mind if I tell the story?
No, I'm interested in wanting to hear it.
Well, a few years ago,
coming from Mississippi State.
This happened before I was born, of course. Scuba, Mississippi. That's where I come from. Right over by the four-way stop now, where the subway is. Many moons ago, used to be the Cotton Gin, and there was also a big white building there, and it was Mr. Harden's store. Well, he had one son. Sent him off to Mississippi State. There's only one thing that he loved more than that son, and that was his dog. So his son goes off to Mississippi State. He gets up there and he runs out of money. You know how it is when you're young, you run out of money. And he got to thinking, how'd I get a little bit more money out of Daddy? So he sends a note back to Scuba that he needed $100. And here's what. He said, Daddy, he said, you ain't going to believe this, but up here at Mississippi State, they done taught a class to where a dog can learn to talk. And he said, all it takes is $100 to enter him in the course. And when I graduate, he can come on back home with me. And boy, Mr. Harden got excited. My dog's going to talk. Told everybody in Scuba that his dog was going to learn to talk. Sent that $100.
For $100.
For $100. Well, as we all know, what happened.
Yeah, that was beer money.
Yeah, he ran out of money. Over. So he got to thinking, well, I'm going to need a little bit more money. So he sends a note back to Scuba and he says, Daddy, I need another $100. They done got another class. They going to teach Rover to read. Mr. Ard went nuts. Oh, my goodness, my dog's going to learn to read and write. Well, as we all know, time 4 years flies by, and it's time to come home from Mississippi State. Mr. Hardin got all excited about that. He done hired a band. If you've ever been through Scuba down there where the railroad track and the depot used to be, hired a band to play his dogs coming in. That old train comes rolling into Scuba. The bands are playing, and everybody gets off the train except his son. And he keeps looking for his son, and he walks down there, and he's still sitting on the railroad car. And he gets on there, and he said, Son, what's wrong? He's sitting there crying. He said, Daddy, it was awful. It was awful. He said, we were coming back. He said, Rover was sitting up there reading the newspaper. And he said, he leaned it down. He said, I can't wait to get home to talk to your mama. And he said, why? He goes, you ain't going to believe what your daddy and the maid been doing. He said, Daddy, I couldn't take it. He said, I threw him off the train because he was lying about you. And he said, I hope that lying dog is dead.
Need an expert to repair a rock peck or cracked windshield? Call Advanced Auto Glass by Joey for quality workmanship and customer service. Convenient same-day service, as well as in-house calibration for vehicle safety systems. Reliable mobile service is available in Clark, Kemper, Neshoba, Lauderdale, and Newton counties for all cars, trucks, and heavy equipment. Book your appointment today for custom tinting. It can reduce temps, fading, glare, and more. Improve the safety and enhance the appearance of your vehicle today with services from Advanced Auto Glass by Joey.
Spring is right around the corner, and Wilson Saw on Highway 19 North invites you by to get your equipment ready. For the do-it-yourselfer, they have all the filters and oil you'll need. Does your X-Mark need a tune-up or maybe a new set of blades? Let the professional sharpen your steel chainsaw or replace the plug. And they can get your steel weed eater running like tip-top for the spring. Whatever your need is, Wilson Saw and Outdoor Power will have you ready for spring. 71 Highway 19 North, 601-693-4100.
If you're building or remodeling your home and finally getting around to that to-do list, before you spend your hard-earned money anywhere else, do yourself and your pocketbook a favor and check out the huge selection available at Southern Pipe and Supply. They have a large showroom on Highway 39 North in Meridian. You can check out the large selection of tubs, showers, sinks, and faucets. Southern Pipe for all of your heating and air conditioning system upgrades, along with standby generators in preparation for storm season. And we're local, Southern Pipe and Supply.
And welcome back.
The
Scotty
dog
Ray
has
and
switched places.
Ellie has moved over here. She got a little sleepy, and she just wants to check things out.
Yep. She just wants to go around saying good morning to everybody. And we want to say good morning to Charlotte Edwards.
Oh, that's right.
And then we've got a birthday this morning, Cindy Daughtry.
Ooh, hope it's your mama called me last night.
Happy birthday.
She wanted to make sure that she got a big one there.
That's right. So,
Now, let's go ahead and go out here on a limb, and I'm going to go for a stretch here and say that our special guest today looks a teeny bit better than our guest yesterday.
yes.
Don't know why. Let's welcome in.
Sorry,
Billy,
Sheriff,
we're just picking on that.
Well, no, we apologize, but we're not picking.
Billy, they're not joking.
Rachel Thagard, thank you so much for joining us. And tell us who you're with and why you're here.
So, I'm with the Meridian Little Theater, and I'm here to talk to you guys about our musical-style dinner theater, which I'm so excited. This is one of my favorite things that we have done in a really long time at MLT, so I'm very excited to talk
Dinner
about
theater, is that where you kind of interact with what's going on, or do y'all just entertain during dinner?
So, in the past, we have done interactive, but the way that we're doing this, we are doing a musical review of the last 90 years of MLT. So, we're not doing 90 songs, but we're doing our best songs from our best-selling shows, all with a 4-course meal, bar.
What?
And a bar.
Yeah.
Is fried chicken involved in this in anywhere?
I think maybe so.
We may have to go.
I know there's some cotton blues cheesecake involved.
Oh, see.
So
that's
So what is
better.
the play? What is the dinner theater? What goes on in this? What is it about?
So, in the past, we've done some murder mysteries and we've done some shows, but basically, we're going to go through and we're in partnership with the Meridian Symphony Chorus, which has a total of 40 members in it. So, it's a really big partnership. We're very excited. And we're going to sing through the best numbers and most popular numbers from the past of MLT. And then at the end, we're going to do numbers announcing our 91st season.
91 seasons.
Wow.
91 seasons
That
at
is
Meridian
awesome.
Little Theater.
Now you've been involved in MLT for a long time. What would you say out of all the things that you've done was the one you go, yeah, I had so much fun doing that one? Or are they all equal to you? Is there a certain one that was better to you?
I mean, they definitely are such individual experiences, and I've enjoyed all of them so much. But probably last year we did Into the Woods last summer. And I got to play the witch during that, and that was very exciting, and that was such a great show. And we're actually doing a number from that show for this.
Now you sing and dance and do all that also, don't you?
I do, yes.
This girl's talented.
Yes.
She tries.
I can barely walk on the stage and remember a line.
I'm with you on that.
I'm telling you, I don't know how I do it. I pretty much black out the second I step on there, and I just assume that I remember all my stuff. I get a high five or two afterwards. So I think I did pretty well.
There you go. Now, how do we get tickets to this? What does it cost? How do we go about it? And when is it?
So it is March 23rd to the 25th. And you can get tickets by calling the box office at, I have it right here so I don't forget, 601-482-6371. And it is $75 per person, which seems steep, but if you think about it, it's a ticket for a show, it's a 4-course meal, and then it's also the season announcement, which we usually have an individual event for. So it's all those things wrapped up in one, and it's professional grade performances with the Meridian Symphony Chorus as well. So it's a pretty good deal, and I'm very excited about it, and I'm very excited for our community to see it as well.
So do you come there to get tickets online? How do you go about it?
You can call the box office, and you can go to the box office if you want to, and that's weekdays 9 a.m. to 2 it's open. And you can also go online. Yes,
pretty simple there.
Yeah.
And
MeridianLittleTheater.com.
overall, $150 for you and your wife.
Right.
To go and have a full meal, a show, an orchestra.
Yeah.
Talk about brownie points. You're not going to get that kind of a show anywhere else.
No.
For that type of money. $150, and it's going to Meridian Little Theater.
Yeah.
It helps them continue these on so we can go past 91 years.
Yeah, we need a new
seasons.
roof too, so that would also help.
Well, hey, anything that make that thing last a little longer, keep that around. I love the theater. I know everybody out there does, because they wouldn't be working on their 91st season if people didn't support it. So y'all go out and support this.
Absolutely.
That would be great.
Thank you for coming in and telling us about this. Always the door's open for y'all when y'all want to come back and talk about what you got going on.
Yes, sir. You know we will.
Appreciate it. And be careful as you head out this morning, okay?
Yes, sir.
Good morning to you as we welcome you back. Someone asked, how do we get notifications of the show when you go live? Well, all you have to do on Facebook is click follow, and you will start getting notifications. If you are following us on YouTube, click subscribe and get notified. It's the same principle as that. What's he doing over there? You heard something, didn't you?
Something's going on.
But and it's that simple, and you are on everything. Now, we got a big announcement to make. Tuesday night, 7 p.m., make sure you're here. Why? Oh, Miss Holly Brand is coming in. She's going to tell us all about the show that is coming up, The Voice. She'll be here to tell you about what went on, what happened with Blake, all of that, and what we're going to see over the next few weeks as we get ready for this. Folks, she is on a major stage out of Meridian, Mississippi, and we'll get her side of it, how long it's taken. And this is not something that happened overnight for Holly. She has been working hard singing since she was knee-high to a grasshopper.
When you open for Blake Shelton when you're 10 years old, that tells you you're doing something right. And she has completely trained with this and learned this. And this is something that if you didn't watch that show where she came out and bellowed out the other night, you've missed something, and you need to go find how to watch that again, because that young lady has got a voice.
Oh, she does.
That is just amazing.
Does anybody else have this problem of somebody just coming up and doing this all the time? She's got a bad habit. She just wants to get to know you.
You got that gravy and biscuit on your hand.
Oh, it'll do that to you.
Don't you lick it after you.
No. You got to worry about that. But as Scott said, also, as you know, Facebook is available, as we were talking about ways to watch the show. Make sure to go to that YouTube and hit subscribe on that. The quality is really, really good. It's there. It's another way you can make it your first choice to watch. You can go to our website, sammedia.network. It's all there, different ways to do this. And as bad weather approaches coming up on Sunday, it'd be good to make sure that you've got all of that.
Yeah, it's 4 ways or so to watch the Scotty Ray, and it is not just one little platform. It's we everywhere.
That's right. We are. Now let's talk about dogs. I had Odie look this up yesterday. I went to the big event, as we kept talking about. And look, I'm gonna be careful from now on when I say there's free food, because I think half Meridian was there. It was a huge turnout at Wilson Saw.
Yeah.
I had to promise I wouldn't mention some folks that I saw that wasn't supposed to be there.
They was coming to get that hot dog, wasn't they?
Now, this is like the spokesperson there. And I got Odie to look it up. What type of dog is this?
That's a golden doodle.
A golden doodle.
I couldn't remember what it was. A friend of mine's got one. And cool dogs, and they get big.
Absolutely.
Beautiful dog.
As you look along with this, the crowd was unreal here as folks turned out there to come in as they showed off what all they had to do. And this is just a sample there. I had to go down to FedEx and park to come back down. It was great. Enjoyed myself. And I want to say thank you for the invite for letting us come down and hang out a little while yesterday. That was one of the things there. Ooh, we had a little threat happen in Kemper County yesterday. Someone made the B word, as they called that one may be in the courthouse, and they cleared it. Everything was good. Everything was back to normal. But that's what went on in Kemper County. If you saw law enforcement officials around the courthouse that were checking it out, you have to make absolutely sure when something like that happens. You've been involved in things like that.
You know, you can look and get with the state and say, look, this is what I've got going on. Reports are not, what word am I looking for?
I'm
credible, I reckon.
Right.
But you still have to go in and look and make sure that everybody that works in there and going to go visit in there is safe. So it's not just a quick process. It does take
better
time.
Safe than sorry.
Better safe than sorry. That's
Fortunately, all of that was made up to some degree, and hopefully they'll be able to track down the culprit that did that. But that was Kemper County yesterday. And this is sad. I guess this is probably one of the first times that I've read comments. We had someone arrested from the shooting that happened. Let's pull this up. This comes from the Meridian Police Department as we get this, that they made an arrest in the shooting that happened at the Red Roof Inn. A 19-year-old has been charged with 2 counts of aggravated assault. Now, we've got one person that was shot that is in critical condition. Another one is a pretty bad gunshot wound to the hand. The bond has been set at $550,000. But as I said, one thing that made this a little bit different was one of the first times we've had a mother comment on and say, that is my child. And it was very, very touching, as she says he wasn't raised that way. You're more than welcome to go there and read that. And I do feel for parents. It is not your fault. Things like this do happen. You can't control. Mm-hmm. And my heart and prayers go out to that mother.
The whole family.
Yeah,
it does. At 19 years old, his life is changed.
Oh, majorly.
Major.
Over this.
And so was the rest of the family.
Along with the person who was shot.
Yeah.
Is there more to this story behind the scenes? It absolutely is, and it's under investigation by the Meridian Police Department. And we do hope that we'll get the rest of the story one day, as we say. But that came out Tuesday. If y'all remember, it was gunfire everywhere on Tuesday along I-20 there. The car came to stop with the 2 individuals that were wounded underneath the I-20 or Texas turnaround.
Right.
Is where police would find that.
Yeah, dangerous situation for everybody.
It was. Now, also, I always have to admit when I miss something, and I did miss something from the night before, Wednesday afternoon. A car was shot on I-20. I missed it. And we got the information on this finally, and as we pass this along, a car was struck near mile marker 153, right there at the exit there. That's 22nd Avenue.
Yep.
A car had several bullet holes in it. No one's been arrested. It is under investigation by the Meridian Police Department. Pretty serious there.
And there's cameras everywhere, and you hope that they're able to catch something.
Yeah.
But remember, we live in a Big Brother time. There's cameras. If they're not there, it won't be long before there will be cameras there.
Yeah, and it's meant to help everybody. We also had a little bit of gunfire yesterday. Let's go take a look at this. 35th Avenue, we would have reports. And this is going to be just east of Highland Park is where this is. Now, with this, we didn't have anyone injured or any damage done that we're aware of at this time. Thank heavens on that. But that was happened yesterday afternoon. Now, Ellie sees something and she doesn't know what it was. She let out a little grumble there.
Say,
Yeah, 724. And we got to say congratulations on this because this is a big deal. Let's go out to Lamar High School. How about that, y'all?
Yes.
Miss Emily McNeil went off to Fort Worth to participate in the rodeo. And look at this. Boy, that girl done good. Let me hit this button here. There she is, right there. She went out and participated in the rodeo. And here's another picture of her. Took part of the $100,000 that was up for grabs. That is magnificent to have one of our youth do that.
Yes, that is wonderful right there.
So if you happen to see her and her family members, say hello to her. That's done her best career. 19.6 is what she did in the winning the shootout.
That's awesome.
It is.
Look what we got up there. Miss Peggy has come out.
What's she saying?
And she's saying that Wingnut has been married, and today is his anniversary to his lovely bride.
And we just have to say, bless her heart.
Yes, for what she's had to put up with. So Rodney and Casey Wing out at Why Not Motorsports Park.
Ricky Bobby is having a birthday.
That's right. So congratulations, happy anniversary.
Might have some races coming up this weekend. I don't have the schedule right in front of me. And let me know if the races are beginning this weekend. I know
we had one last week.
Yeah, and there might be one.
There might be one coming up. They've got a full schedule, so go on. It's a long one. Why Not Motorsports Park.
.com
and keep up with everything that they've got going on down there.
Don't forget the fireworks. Isn't that always fun?
Fireworks is always fun, no matter where it's at.
Here we go. This is from last week. We got pictures from last week's race. That's what went on out there. It's always fun. Everybody enjoys themselves.
Local guy, Nick Thrash, he brought home the big win in 602. I don't know my classes anymore. They change a little bit, but Nick, it's good to see you with that.
You need
to
to phone a friend, Alan. I think Alan knows everything that goes on out there, doesn't he?
Oh yeah.
Alan is a big race fan, and there are so many of you that are there regardless of what goes on that.
Y'all go support them. It takes a lot of money to bring these racers in.
Oh yeah.
And pay them, and they've got a lot of money in those cars, so. And they don't have insurance.
You're right. I didn't think about that.
Once you wreck it, it's all on your dime.
Speaking of insurance and bumps, we did have a few of those. Let's go to Highway 39 yesterday. This is where we would find this. Let's take a look at this. This would be right up here by the store. Northeast Park is to the right there. The church sits here, and that's the Shell station. Whew, pretty rough one there as we glance at a few of these pictures there. There's the pileup, Meridian Police Department on scene as they take care of that. Just a fender bender that happened there, and as you'll see that.
They right there with it, Engine 9. They got a beautiful truck. I like it, Engine 9 truck.
I'm worried about Odie. He's gone to liking fire trucks and thinking they're sexy.
That's right.
You've been hanging around fire trucks way too long.
Some people think a tractor section. I think them fire trucks is sexy.
We have to get you singing that George Strait. Call me the fireman. 24 on. 24 on, 24 off.
That's right.
As we look at this, we also had another incident. This would be right in front of Johnson Dodge yesterday. And why? The streets were slick. And anytime that you slammed on brakes or made a move, it would be an incident. And as we go here to take a look here, this is the scene that we had there. It's a little foggy there as that rain happened as we come around there. Meridian Police Department blocking that right lane so medical officials could be there. And as we look at this, here's a view from the parking lot there. And that's what went on yesterday. There were several of these throughout the area. Fortunately, we didn't have anybody that was severely injured, thank heavens.
And the weather's going to get worse coming up this weekend.
Yeah.
So please be on your P's and Q's out there. Drive safe. Leave a little early.
We even had a fender bender there at the airport exit. As you get off to go to the airport, we had a little fender bender there. Nothing major to that one, but we had one of those there. Another thing that we don't need you to do anytime near Saturday and into Sunday is go ahead and start burning some trash.
Too much wind.
Had another one of these.
It does not take long. And somebody had asked, why do we not have forestry? And that was the state had cut that back so much that we don't have forestry for 2 hours away. We used to have 3 units right here in Lauderdale County. They were pretty quick, Johnny on the spot.
Right.
Now we've got to call, and the closest unit's going to be 2 hours away. So until the state starts funding that department again, we're not going to get anything. So if you set something on fire, you're responsible for it.
Oh, are you?
And if it burns a bunch of pine trees,
You're responsible.
You're responsible for those trees, and they are not cheap because this family plants those trees for a investment. So if you burn their trees, you're responsible for what that tree would have brought in 20 years.
Okay, so what I'm learning out of this, we just need to say this of the get rid of the burn policy and say, look, you're going to have to pay for your neighbor's junk. If you catch it on fire, do that alert. Because
Exactly.
I guarantee you, Odie, most people are not aware that that's how that goes.
Don't have a clue until it's too late.
And I'm not sure that your homeowners would cover that, would it? Would have to have an insurance agent.
Yeah, have to have that. But, I mean, as far as if your smoke from your fire, and remember I'm calling it your smoke, your fire, goes across the road and causes an accident. Well, your smoke from your fire just caused that wreck, and you're responsible for it. So when you go out and burn, you have a lot of responsibility that's on your shoulders. So make sure that you've got water available. Make sure that you're there. You do not leave that fire. And if that fire poses any kind of a danger, you remember that you're responsible, and your insurance may or may not cover that.
That's right.
So be careful out there when you do burn.
We got another couple holding hands having their 29th anniversary.
29th. I'm working on it.
Ooh, Gary and Jean Byler. Congratulations to y'all.
Happy anniversary.
That's a pretty big one there.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. One more will be 30. That's a long time.
Bless your heart. We'll be right back. We got a lot to talk about, and we'll go over a few things that happened in history on this day, all on the way.
Collinsville, Mr. Discount Drugs, your local pharmacy and gift shop, thanks you for your continued support. Whether you shop with us in-store, through our app, over the phone, or in our drive-thru, our team will provide the best personalized customer service experience you expect from your local pharmacy. When you call or message us, you are promptly greeted by the Mr. Discount team that's ready to help. When you choose our pharmacy, you're choosing a locally owned pharmacy that cares about you and your community. Collinsville, Mr. Discount Drugs makes a difference.
I'm Chris Bullock, and I'm a candidate for Lauderdale County District 1 Supervisor. As a former Meridian Police Department cadet and Lauderdale County Sheriff's Office Ranger, public safety will always be a top priority. As supervisor, I'll stand with our brave law enforcement officers and promote law and order. I'll approve funding for necessary personnel, training, and equipment to ensure professional service and safer community. I ask for your prayers, and I ask for your support.
Paid Political by friends of Chris Bullock.
H&H Residential of Meridian is your #1 carpet and flooring store. If you've been thinking of a new look for your home or office, call for a free estimate or consultation. H&H can install, or you can do it yourself. H&H has all of your design needs from color, style, and texture. If you can dream it, H&H can make it a reality. Come see the large selection of hardwood flooring, laminate, vinyl, and even carpet. H&H Residential of Meridian, open Monday through Friday, 9 to 4, 321 Hawkins Crossing Road. Call Rosemary anytime, 601-462-9541.
Sip and Savor is back in downtown Meridian. Chef Jimmy Kennedy will headline this year's festival, bringing an outdoorsman spin on elevated Southern cuisine. Taking the main stage is country music artist Levi Hummon. Sample over 50 chefs and distilleries visiting from all over the South to showcase their award-winning dishes. Experience the culinary tradition of the South like you never have before.
Welcome back. And if you're thinking of many times we've talked about a career change, let's go to another one. And if it weren't for these guys, America wouldn't be built. What are we talking about?
That's right.
Welders. You ever thought about being one? And I'm telling you, top paying is what this does. And if you're on a job site anywhere, one of the hardest people to get is that welder. Well, because it's an art to it.
It is an art, and you can do that for a hobbyist, or you can go and do this as a career. That was actually my job with the United States Navy.
Really? Big welder.
I enjoyed it and loved it, but my certifications didn't fall over to Civiland, but I could have gone to a class like
yes,
this
sir.
and got my certification. But MCC has an awesome program. They work hand in hand with our steel companies, so you can stay right here after you get your certificate through the training with MCC, and you can go to work at one of the steel factories right here in Meridian and stay here and raise your family and make a good living while you're doing it.
Being a welder, I'm telling you, there's nothing like it. How many times you broke? And even if you wanted to do this, you go, well, I don't want to do it for a living, but I sure would like to know how to weld. Think if you've got farm equipment, it's going to break.
You're going to need something welded.
Because your bush hog is held together by a welder. You go hit something, it's going to break. So check them out. That telephone number to call, 484-8744, down to MCC. Learn how to weld and, well, make a change in your life. That's right. What we like to do. Well, let's see. We got some other things going on today. And let's get into a few things that happened in history. And this man, by all means, shaped country music. He was a radio announcer in Nashville. He moved from there to television, and that voice, you can't miss it. Anybody remember? Ralph Emery. 1933 he was born.
Man, he has done a lot for country music.
He has. I always liked Ralph. So if you remember watching him and the Puppet Red, you remember all of that on TNT?
Yes.
Golly. Now, there's a lot of folks.
Back memories.
You can just show this picture, and most people run because they're scared of this man. The first time I would bump him, he sure will. Invasion USA, and of course, Long Wolf McQuaig. One of the best movies that's ever been put. You cannot bury a Dodge truck, we found out, no matter what you do. No matter how deep. It'll still crack up on it.
That's right.
As we go to
Dodges are bad.
Chuck Norris, Ranger, Texas Walker, was born on this date. I like Chuck. He really stands for the American dream, the American way.
He does, and I've got one of those row machines that he used to sell.
All because the girl was sitting next to him?
Yeah, it wasn't him. Cindy, who was it?
I don't know. It didn't matter.
It didn't matter.
Yeah, she was a beautiful girl, though.
Yeah.
Helped Chuck out there. Chuck Norris. Yeah. But, in so many, I know that they did a reboot on, and let me just say this because, and it goes to that big national movie that they made of the Dukes of Hazzard where they took the original version and changed it. And, of course, Texas Walker and Trevette, that show was family. Everything about it, a police officer done nothing that was wrong. And I watched 10 minutes of the remake of that, and he was drinking a beer and in the back of a truck drunk. And I thought, this ain't it for me. And I never went back.
No, I don't do real good with remakes. I have to kind of
sound effects provided by Ellie.
That's right. Wake you up. That's an alarm clock at 7:37. Golly, it's 7:37.
It's flying. We're not going to talk about anybody's wife, but this young lady has a birthday today, and Shannon Tweed is her name, and I won't go into. She was a movie star, so to speak.
She was a movie star.
We'll leave it at that.
And married a musician.
Didn't she end up marrying Hulk Hogan too, or who was it that she married?
I don't know. She's married to Gene Simmons.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, Gene Simmons.
From Kiss.
Yes. You knew more than I did. I knew it was a celebrity.
Yeah, Moneybags himself.
And let me say this about that man. I don't know if you saw that. He got banned from Fox, from their corporate office after he'd been on there one morning. He just went around opening office doors and yelling at them. But everything that he ever pushes is all about money. I'm afraid the man that truly that's all that he's worried about. Or was, or...
he was a broker for the stock exchange.
Really?
So that's where all that get-up and costume come from.
Oh.
So they couldn't be a broker and go sing.
So he
had to cover himself up so nobody knew who he was on his daytime job.
Well...
And then that makeup just kind of stuck with it, and that's what made Kiss. And so now there's... Kiss.
I did not look at the history we picked up from it. I didn't know that.
Things you don't know.
Yeah, well, here's a scene that you will never forget. This young lady,
right.
Born in 1958 on this day, and no matter what she's done, she's never gotten past this.
No, and you'll remember that for the rest of your life.
We'll leave it right there. But it's her birthday.
Happy birthday.
Yes, we'll leave it at that. One of the greatest singers there ever was, God rest his soul, he passed away in his 40s. If you've never heard him sing Kay, Golden Rings, or Too Much Fun, Darryl Worley. Darryl Singletary was born on this day. Man, what a singer he was. And he was the real deal. It was not fake. If you run into Joel Payne today, ask Joel about what a great singer he was.
Young, way too early.
Yeah.
Man.
And he just done such a great job. Darryl Singletary. I don't know where Worley come from just a moment ago. That 1978, a TV show premiered, and you didn't want to make the guy mad at all, did you? Did you watch this as a kid?
I did.
Did you get the doll?
I don't think I had that one.
Odie didn't play with dolls, y'all. I want to point that out.
I played with them little green army men.
The Incredible Hulk premiered on this time. And, you know, the thought of that really was interesting as you go back to where you mix some medicine and you get upset. And
you don't want to make me mad.
Right.
And he told him you didn't want to.
And, you know, as you get older, you have to realize he was a real little guy. I don't think those britches would have just ripped at the bottom. I don't think.
And then come up 1.5 feet short.
Yeah.
Yeah, they ended up like knickers.
Yeah, that's what they did. That would have been a bad situation. Now, this next one, 1979, it was a change. Something happened at the Grand Opry in Nashville, Tennessee that had never happened. This man, he was one of the best, and he made his Opry debut today. James Brown appeared on there.
I feel good.
And what a show it was.
Oh,
Still
man.
talked about today.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Man.
James Brown. Yeah. I don't know what that sound meant, but boy, he really did
it. Yes, that was his calling card for sure.
Yeah, if he couldn't think of a word. Yeah.
And made a hefty living.
Yes, he did. Another big birthday today, and this lady, we would not, as we see The Voice that's coming up, our own Holly is going to be on that show. We see that this is how this young lady got her start. Carrie Underwood, a household name now.
She has got another voice that, man, I tell you what. Now, her and Vince Gill, y'all pull up YouTube.
Okay, what we're going to listen to.
Carrie Underwood and Vince Gill, how great they are.
Is it great?
Let me tell you something. You will get goosebumps and walk to church that night.
Walk to church?
Wow, yes.
It's that good.
It is that good. Take my word for it and put it on replay.
What do you get when you mix gymnastics with a lady who walks around with a wooden stick and says she slays vampires? Well, you get Buffy. It premiered on this date back in 1997. Anybody remember that TV show?
I remember it, but I just didn't watch it. I couldn't get into vampires. That's just wasn't my... Not the new age vampires. Now, the vampire from, you know, back in the day when we were growing up and you watched that regular vampire, I could get into that. That was something I would watch. But
yeah. Did you watch Barnabas? You remember that TV show back in the early part?
I don't remember that one right off.
Okay.
I may have, but I don't remember it.
But that was a big show. Buffy was big in the day. We lost someone back in '88, and I know that you walked around singing "Stay." How does it go?
Stay alive.
Stay alive.
Stay alive.
There it was. Made John Travolta a household name without a doubt. Andy Gibb passed away on this date, '88. That was it.
Yeah.
You know, really, John Travolta, as you look at this, look at the many different careers he had, from urban cowboy to that to
Grease.
Yeah.
You know,
in most lifetimes, one person is lucky to get one movie that people. But John Travolta, just talented. From
action to theater to, I mean, he did it all. He had a full genre, didn't he? Yeah, I know it.
They're talking.
Yep.
I don't know what she's over there telling him, but she's telling my secrets now.
It's kind of like that roll, that beautiful bean footage, isn't it? Yeah. We'll talk after the show.
What y'all
tell me everything.
Every night at 9 o'clock, this young lady here and Sophie, who's passed out by the front door over there, wait with excitement for 9 o'clock every night because they get a treat. And it's this thing about this lawn that's got bacon wrapped around it.
Yeah.
Well, they each get one. The problem is this young lady here is smaller and she can't eat hers as fast. And as she sets it down to get the next bite, big one back there takes it. So each night she runs to me to sit in my lap to eat her little treat so it won't be taken away.
She has gotten smart.
So I have to do that. Now, if you picked the wrong week to quit sniffing glue, you'll know what I'm talking about. Do y'all remember this movie?
Airplane.
Yep. Lord Bridges passed away in 1998, and let me tell you, that movie was so funny. If you remember the scene, I think she's horsing around on her husband, and they cut the scene, and a horse is laying in the bed. That movie poked fun at everyone.
You can't show that nowadays. People nowadays,
they would be offended.
They're too sensitive.
They would be.
Yes,
but
we can.
I'm here to tell y'all, it was funny. I don't care who you are.
Airplane 1, 2, it doesn't matter. Any of them, go watch it. It will never be on TV because it would only be about 3 minutes long.
That's right. Teresa remembers Barnabas. It was Dark Shadows that he was on. He was the vampire that lived in the coffin. I hate that you didn't watch that.
I know, me too. That sounded like a good one.
Deanne is bragging on you. Do you see that? She's bragging on you,
Look
Ellie.
there.
Ellie, say hello. Tell her, ain't nothing like a dog. Y'all get you what. We'll be right back. We got more to cover this morning to let you know what went on and around the area in the state of Mississippi right here at the Scotty Ray Report. Freeman Tractor on Highway 494 invites you by to take a look at a brand new product they've got. Odes, ATVs, and UTVs. These side-by-sides range from 800 to 1,000 cc's, and they come with heat or air. Whether you're doing work around the farm or hunting, they've got the unit just for you to keep warm or cool, depending upon that Mississippi and Alabama day. Swing by for a test drive today at Freeman Tractor. See coleslaw, buttermilk, and don't forget you can meet their newest employee, Eggplant. That's Freeman Tractor, Highway 494.
Your next Maytag or Whirlpool appliance is waiting on you at All Temp Appliance and Refrigeration on Highway 19 North. If you've been trying to locate a freezer, stop by and see their big selection of upright and chest freezers, a showroom full of stoves, gas, and electric. Maybe it's a new refrigerator from large double doors to the simplest of refrigerators. Name brand washers and dryers like Speed Queen and Amana. And delivery is available with a great service department to back up what they sell. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 4, and by appointment after hours and weekends.
At the Back Porch, we're bringing families back together for fun, food, and all the things you love to enjoy around your home. Every event starts with a great grill, great cookware, and accessories. Add in some locally sourced meat and dairy, along with frozen vegetables and casseroles, and over 500 brands of spices and sauces. Relax in our chairs, swings, day beds, and have fun with our cornhole boards. From coolers to trailers, we have everything you need. When you see the big chair, you've made it to the Back Porch.
Have you been hurt on the job? Call Will Parker. Get the help you deserve. Call Will Parker. Know your rights when it comes to the workplace injuries. Call Will Parker. Call or go online at parkerfirm.net. Call your Meridian lawyer, Will Parker.
And welcome back. If you're looking for a plant because it's gotten so pretty, well, Farm Supply has it for you there in the garden center. Walk around, take a look at what they've got there. So much to look at. It's pretty. Ferns, all in stock now just for you. Maybe you need a little grass in the yard. They got that also. It just keeps going with the different plants and things in the gift shop that you may need. Anything that deals with working around the house, you'll find it there. As turkey season enters, maybe you need a turkey call. Got that also. See them today with boots and a whole lot more. Exit 151 right there. Even dog food there. Taking care of your horse and cattle and even your donkeys. They got it all right there in one place, Lauderdale County Farm Supply.
Even the donkeys.
That's right. You got to feed your donkey every once in a while.
Yep.
Let's see. I had something that was mentioned that is coming up. This is going to be, where did this go? A lot of things coming on over the weekend. It changed. This was Visit Meridian. And let me show that right here. That's not the one. Somebody's going to be here singing. Events. Let me see if I can find it. Upcoming events.
There we go. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff coming up in Meridian, and go downtown. They've revived downtown. It's fun. It's safe. We just had that history walk a couple of weeks ago, and if you missed that, that was a wonderful day. See a lot of people. You got to learn a lot of history about Meridian.
Right there.
It was great. Had a good time.
This is coming up next week here, the Meridian Stream Break. I can't get it out, Odie. I tried to say it. Each day they're going to have an extra activity there, beginning Monday with science, Tuesday technology, Wednesday engineering, and the list goes on and on. It's going to be great, Meridian. Be looking for that. We'll have some more information to share on that very soon as we start this. Now,
and that's spring break, so it's something to do with the kids and.
Right.
Take them down to the Children's Museum.
Ooh, yeah.
Man.
Let's see here. Let's see what's going on across the state. The governor has signed a bill to try to help nurses stay in the state of Mississippi. And, of course, they do need help. And this is paying back to where they can get some funding to go toward their loans to help keep people in the state of Mississippi. Let's hope that works.
That COVID money came along, and people, which you can't blame them, but when you were offered 4 times what you were getting paid here to go up north and work.
Yeah.
you've got to take the money.
Yeah, and that's what they did. They had to feed their families.
Yeah, and the husband or the wife or the other one may have lost their job for the time being. They needed a way to pay their bills, so you can't fault them for doing that.
Nope. Tater Tot has a bill headed to his desk, and I think he will sign this, and I think this is a good deal. As we watch Shad White each week track down folks that take, your tax dollars and misuse it, there is a bill that is headed to the governor's desk that will start a registry of everybody that's ever embezzled and taken public funds to where they're not put back in Powers a position
Somewhere
where they can
else.
do this again.
That's right.
So, misusing
I like
public funds, I do too. I hope that is passed.
I do too. Come on, Tater.
Yeah, get out that ink pen.
Sign. That's it.
Yeah,
sign that on in.
Good things happen behind the scenes. Boy, this is horrible. Jackson, Mississippi. Yesterday, we go to Rankin County at a school to where someone fell off the roof and they lost their life. I'm sure that it was a construction worker that fell.
Yeah, that's tough, and so now they're having to deal with OSHA's going to come in, and you know all about the OSHA coming in doing their investigation.
Never a good thing.
No, not at all. But the prayers go out to everybody involved, all the workers that were there, that was friends with this guy, and then all of his family.
OSHA is kind of like the Shad White of the working man that they really don't want to see. Yeah.
Yeah, we got a problem now.
Yeah. Oh, boy. I don't know if anybody's ever worked with that, but keep that in mind, what's going on with that. Sad for somebody to lose their life.
Yep.
Hattiesburg, Mississippi yesterday, another incident, and this has to be, the word would be suicide, as someone was struck on a train track. They were just sitting there, or maybe they were, the investigation is going on. I guess they could have been under the influence of something.
Not in their right mind.
Right. They were struck by a train and lost their life in the Hattiesburg area. Again, condolences goes out to those areas and what happens with that. We don't always know what's going on, but it's a sad day.
One other time here, we'll say in Lauderdale County, and after it was over with, the engineer had said, I've got to live with that.
Yeah.
If I'm driving a truck and somebody runs out in front of me, I can slam on brakes. I can turn. I can make a decision to hit a ditch or hit something else and not hit them. He said, in that train, I can't stop and I can't turn. He said, and there's nothing I can do. And now I have to live with that for the rest of my life.
That would be a tough one to do with.
Very tough.
Woo. Yep. Scotty Ray and Odie and Ellie will be right back here in just a moment. Jackson Flowers has been a part of the Meridian area for a little over 60 years now. Now, they've moved to a new location on Highway 19 North, just 2 miles north of Walmart. You could be looking for that perfect think it of you gift. Or maybe it's just a happy you need, whether live or artificial, no matter what the need is in your family. Whether it's a birth to your time of need, Jackson Flowers is there for you. Drop in and visit with them again. Highway 19 North, just 2 miles north of Walmart. Jackson Flowers, for all your needs.
If it is time for another car or truck for your family, see our friends at Interstate Auto. They're located on North Frontage Road in Meridian, just down from IHOP. They offer bank rate financing. All applications are accepted with over 14 years in business, and they offer you a fair price. Open Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. until 5 p.m. and Saturday 9 until 2. Appointments available after hours as well. Remember, all roads lead to Interstate Auto, 802 North Frontage Road, Meridian, 601-483-6977.
Rockhouse Gun and Pawn is open Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. until 6 p.m. Lots of different calibers and brands to choose from when it comes to hunting rifles. Whether you're looking for a new pump shotgun or an AR, the Rockhouse will have the gun that you need. With a huge selection of ammunition for just about any caliber that you may be looking for. Pistols, scopes, and a whole lot more. Plus a private lobby for your confidentiality when it comes to your pawns. Rockhouse Gun and Pawn, located at 5430 Highway 19 North Meridian. And a big thank you there, as the Rock House always brings us our headline news. We do appreciate that. As you need food today, don't forget about our friends over at the St. Paul store. Maybe you're out in the Causeyville area and you need something to eat. Those areas there, drop into Maples One-Stop Shop. Boy, what a bargain they've got on lunch that tastes good. You've been there a lot of times.
Oh, yes. They got a place to sit down. You can just go in, get your plate, sit down and eat there, take it with you. But the food is always wonderful there. We call the the old Judge's store. That's what most everybody knows it over in Causeyville. But go by and see them. And I buy my coffee down here at State Boulevard Extension in Pine Springs. Clean, nice people.
Yes, sir.
Always
country
with a
store.
smile at the country store. So go in and see them. They've got a clean place. Always nice people.
Right there is where you get it there. Sun
That's
Drops
right.
and a whole lot more. Pine Springs, Causeyville, Bonita. You can even find it at 493 at the Last Chance, Broadmoor, and 31st Chevrolet. See them today. They'll help you out there.
That's right.
Let's see here. Marcia, how are you doing today? Miss Starter. Oh, I have your bowl that I emptied. I need to return that bowl. It had banana pudding in it at one time.
Ooh.
It was good. And we have to say condolences this morning to Becky Brown's husband, Jack. Bless his heart. He's been married to her 44 years today.
44 years.
We just got word of that.
That's
44 of them.
That's a whole lot of yes, ma'am.
And she was telling me she was 29 the other day. Yeah. I think somebody done told a fib.
Somebody wasn't telling the truth. That was an awful lot of yes, dear. Yes, ma'am.
We do hope it's a big one for y'all, and congratulations. Hey, as we look just a little bit to the north of the Meridian area, Carthage, they're going to be able to sell alcohol in the city limits now. The mayor cast the vote. It was a tie. 2 wanted it, 2 didn't, and he cast the vote that, well, that can happen now. Carthage, Mississippi, on the change.
Clark County, they not too long ago, they passed it. And I'm kind of curious. I wonder what that did for the taxes, because I'm sure that brought in more tax for them.
Oh, yeah.
So same with them. It's going to bring in some taxes, and hopefully they use that tax money for a good thing.
Because everybody knows that we're stopping at the Lauderdale
They were stopping.
line and then carrying it that way.
That's right.
That did happen there. Brandon Amphitheater, we're going to be bringing in more big names. This has turned out to be a big thing. And I certainly hate that Meridian did not have, we had some people that had the vision to build something like this in Meridian. The amphitheater over there is doing wonderful. Big names are going to be coming to those shows there. Luke Bryan, James Taylor, some of the people. We could have had that in Meridian. And we really could have.
Yeah, they're not bringing older people that are still doing concerts. They're bringing up-and-coming names, big names, stars now, and it is a beautiful facility over there.
It is. And so congratulations to them on all that entertainment. Luke Bryan, probably one of the top entertainers of the years now.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, he's not my favorite, but
he's got some good songs. I don't like all of them, but I do like a few of his. So he's. I mean, a lot of people are going to go see him when you bring him in.
There's no doubt.
There's tax dollars being made in Brandon.
Well, it's over 100. It brings well over 100,000 people a year. More than that. Lots of it. Well, Odie, it's time for me, you, and Ellie, and Miss Sophie to depart the building.
An hour. Just not long enough.
It flies, doesn't it?
Jeez, boom, here we are again, and it's Friday.
Y'all be careful. Don't forget to set your clocks ahead 1 hour. We'll be back Monday morning beginning at 7 a.m. God bless, and we'll see you then.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners.